Hello everyone, welcome to the Study Hacks Institute of GIS and Remote Sensing. Today I will show you how to create global carbon dioxide concentration map using NASA's OCO2 satellite data. You will process and visualize the column average carbon dioxide level right in Google Earth Engine. I also try to show you that for globally how we can easily monitor this type of gases. This will help you to monitor atmospheric carbon dioxide and see global pattern. So let's get started. So first of all, OCO2, it also called Orbiting Carbon Observatory 2, is a NASA mission that measures atmospheric carbon dioxide globally. It provides high resolution data and we will use its level 3 graded product for visualization. So currently this data is not available in the Google Earth Engine data catalog. So for that, first of all, you need to download the data from this website. So you can simply log in the Earth data, and further you can see the data collection. It provides a lot of atmospheric data. We can easily find out from here different types of satellite data. So just simply click on the get data. You can see just clicking on the get data, and now we can see basically from here we can get the data is the net CDF format. Okay, so this net CDF format, further we also need to convert into GeoTIFF file format, and you can see the download method. So you can see the original file and method option. So basically you can simply define the date range, so which time period you need the data or which time period you need the data. So basically this data you can simply choose your own time period. Okay, so just I put the default, and further file format is the net CDF. Then click on the get data. So after some time we find out this type of data. You can see it provide you this type of data for a specific date. We can easily find out from here that this type of data. So now from here you can simply download this type of data. Suppose just click on here, then we can get the data for this time. This is the 2015 2nd January, 3rd January. So daily data, we find out the daily data in here. So you can simply download your own data, or you can say directly S3 link. So it also useful to directly you can download the data, net CDF data. So you can see the file format is the net CDF data. We put the date range, this time period. Okay, we find out the get original, and dataset basically we find out the OCO2. Okay, OCO2 data we can simply download from here. So basically we can find out the data in the net CDF format. Okay, so let's go. Just simply click on the web link button, so then it will be downloaded, and we find out the data as a net CDF format. Okay, you can see downloaded as a net CDF format. So after downloading this data, you just simply import in the QGIS software. So you can see I already import the QGIS software this data. So now we can easily create the map or other types of analysis. This is the net CDF format, but this data I want to use in the Google Earth Engine. And we already know about that Google Earth Engine is also supported only for the TIFF or GeoTIFF file format for raster based imagery. So for that, this net CDF data we need to convert into GeoTIFF file format or TIFF imagery. So how we can convert? So first of all, you need to set a geo reference. Basically you need to set the projection. So after setting the projection, then we can simply upload it in our Google Earth Engine data catalog or asset tab. We simply now upload it, and then further you can also make the map. So for that, just simply set the, you can see the layer CRS. Okay, projection. So here I already set the projection. You can see EPGS 43 WGS 84. So I simply set this projection, and then just export this data. You can say export, I can save as. So this data you can see that the GeoTIFF file format. We can easily export different types of format, but in this case I want to use it in the Google Earth Engine. So that's why I simply click on the GeoTIFF file format and then save it. Okay, you can see the CRS I already mentioned. This is the CRS, and then okay. So after save it in the GeoTIFF file format, then we can easily upload in our Google Earth Engine asset tab. We can simply upload it. So it's very easy, you already know about that. Just click on here, you can see the geotiff file format, and then simply find out the source file and then give a name, asset name, and then upload. So then it will be uploaded. And further, we can easily visualize this type of global carbon dioxide emission map, look like that. And further from here, you can easily use the different types of analysis. Suppose you can see I just need the map only for the specific country, so I can easily find out this is the carbon dioxide emission map in the Russia or any specific country. Suppose I need the result for China. Just click on here, write the name China, and run it. So now I got the result for China. So you can see I got this type of map. So this is the carbon dioxide emission map in China. So you can also get the more better visualization. Just click on here and then it's tracing 98% and apply. So then we can easily get this type of map. So basically this type of blue color indicating about the low emission region of carbon dioxide. This type of red color indicating about the high emission of carbon dioxide region. Okay, then you can also create the classification or calculate the total emission of carbon dioxide, or make the time series chart, as well as you can also calculate the maximum concentration, minimum concentration. This type of things we can easily calculate it. Or you can simply put it, suppose another country, suppose I put here that United States and run the code. So now we find out the result for United States carbon dioxide emission map. So you can see it will be appeared. So you can easily just check the result. And from here you can also add the legend or title and then make the map for the carbon dioxide emission. Okay. So this is the way to use the OCO2 satellite data, and further we can easily monitor the carbon dioxide concentration, because now this data set is not available in the Google Earth Engine data catalog, but this is the way we can also follow. And then further we can also create this type of map. Okay, just simply upload the OCO2 or orbiting carbon observatory is a NASA mission. This data provide the atmospheric carbon dioxide global. You can find out this data. So you can simply use it, and further you can easily check the result in Google Earth Engine. So this is the process. We can just apply the process and we can easily monitor the carbon dioxide globally. We can check, and we also check about that what is the trend about the carbon dioxide easily for the globally. So I hope this tutorial is also help you to monitor the carbon dioxide. So in the meantime, I also give you an announcement for our upcoming online training program. So basically this class will be start from 11th April. So this is the start date, and now this registration is the open. And in this online training program, we are just focusing for the beginners who don't have any knowledge about the Google Earth Engine, or who don't have any knowledge about the coding, mainly JavaScript or Python. So you can easily learn all of those from beginners to advanced level. Okay, so you can also join our upcoming online training program. So this registration is the open for the upcoming new batch. And basically this is the total 7 days. Each day I will provide you total 3 hours, mainly 2 hours for the live training, 1 hour for the problem solving class. And we take the class only for the Friday and Saturday in a week, and this is the time period about that. So you can check all of details for the course content which you learn when you join this online training program. And you can get some benefit when you join this online training program, such as you can get that course e-certificate after submitting all of assignment. You can get that all of materials, mainly PDF or slide, all of materials you can easily get. Also get all of practice code. Okay, so this type of practice code you can also get, and recorded session. So after live class you also get the recorded class. So this recorded class you also learn for the future reference, you can also learn it. And lifetime teaching support. Basically as a beginners, when you learn the Google Earth Engine or coding, you face lot of problem. So that's why you need the continuous support to learn the Google Earth Engine or any other platform. So that's why after completing the total 7 days online training program, when you face any problem regarding any issue in the course content, any problem in your code, you can easily get the support freely. And we also provide the research collaboration. So after completing this online training program, any topic, if you are interested to make a research paper or publish a scientific paper, then we also guide you, and then both of you will just make the scientific paper for the publication. So this type of opportunity you can also get when you join this online training program. So don't waste your time, to join as soon as possible. For registration, simply contact in this email or also contact in this WhatsApp number and book your seat. Today is no more. Thank you for watching that. Stay happy, stay safe.